Hello.
All right, I think it. All right, it's good. It's good to go now. For some odd reason, was having a little bit of a connection trouble.
All right. What's going on, Fireboss?
Shoot, man. Nah, shoot, not much. I'm shocked. I'm able to do this. So hopefully we won't blink. Hopefully we won't be. We won't be. Thanos snapped out.
Oh, you still dealing with your router issues?
Oh no, no, no. It. I believe that according to Streamyard's usage service
Uh
agreement or their plan, or rather the usage plan. I think I was probably near the end of my limit. So, but yeah,
oh,
this is
so that's on StreamYard itself. That's not like through your plan or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
I thought StreamYard was free for some reason.
Oh no, no, it is, but I think you're like limited to like a certain amount of hours.
Oh, okay, for the free tour, free tier. I got you.
Yeah. So, but anyways, moving right along from whichever corner of the globe that you hail from. Good morning and good evening, town folks. It's your boy the boss, joined by my cohort in crime, Emmanuel A1.
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? Glad to be back.
Yes. Um, Sorry that we were absent for the duration of last week. Like I said, like we was just discussing at the beginning of the show, I didn't know where my there's not a meter or anything that tells you how close you are to the end of your plan. So I kind of had to like hold off and see what it was gonna if it was gonna keep giving me that warning. But so far the warning has went away. So like I said, we're gonna see how long we ride this we ride this mobile until the wheels fall off completely. So today is the round table. It's a hump day, and we are getting slammed with all sorts of news. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my boy Emmanuel start off. What news you want to cover today, man?
I've been in Discord arguing with some people, but I did catch wind of a good amount of the news. The one thing I saw that interests me was the full RDNA 2 from the AMD show. A lot of
Mhm.
people have been denying that. There was those GitHub leaks that came out. Pretty much kind of saying PS5 didn't have full RDNA 2. So I thought that was pretty interesting, man. And I'm curious to see how that plays out. They're saying I guess the CPU for the Xbox is the server class, so I'm really excited to see how that plays out with this upcoming generation.
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth with this, and I mean, it's just the thing that's just really kind of just really just just makes you just want to just come up and just whack right in the back of somebody's head, like you idiot. Is when you have the ones that are like going on and on about like, oh look at this, the Series X isn't even full RDNA 2, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like
Yeah,
I mean, AMD just confirmed it. The tech lead, Jason Ronald and all of them confirmed it. I mean, come on, man, seriously, y'all got no problem believing everything that comes out of Cerny and Ryan's mouth, but when it comes to anything that comes from the higher ups of Microsoft, it's Phil's been nothing but a liar anyway. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, for even during my time period when I didn't really have that much of a like for Phil Spencer, dude, the man ain't never told any lies as far as I can see.
yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
think sometimes business may change, but he's never come out and like lie on purpose.
like no, he hasn't. More or less from this is what I discovered with him is he won't tell you if it's something
Mm,
you don't need to know. He ain't gonna tell you.
mm.
And even if you ask about it, he'll more or less reroute and spin, which is you know that's usual business tactics. But
Yeah, yeah.
flat out,
He's running a multi-billion-dollar company. I'd say he's doing a good job.
yeah,
from
but
from a business point.
yeah, so but flat out lie, no. at least not compared to like say like somebody saying like these games you can only experience with the power of PlayStation 5. And then
Yeah.
months later, no, it was just 2 months later, it's like now available on PS4.
Yeah, that was a lie. That was a flat out lie.
Yeah, I mean they had to. I mean, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair about it. I think what it was is that it's just like with the thing of seeing, um, you know, uh, what's that game? Um, the one that Kojima did.
Oh, Death Stranding.
Yeah, it's like seeing Death Stranding. Um, and the other one with with old girl with the metal dinosaurs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. What's that? Horizon Zero Dawn.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, see, it's like those coming to PC and everything. Whereas like all before, it was like you can only experience these with the power of PS4, exclusive to
Mm,
PS4, and all of a sudden it's like not anymore.
yeah.
Because I mean everybody goes on about how much Sony is innovating stuff, but the thing is, dude, they're the ones who actually are playing catch up now because they're looking and realizing like, holy crap, we're not banking like we used to,
Mm.
like back in the 90s and the early 2000s. We're not banking like that now. The
You know,
movie, yeah,
go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, I was gonna say the movie sector is down. The music sector is practically almost dead. Our appliance. Well, we're not going to get into that. The appliance division. So their most profitable sector is PlayStation, but and the game development, but it's not making money like it used to,
Mm.
uh, and stuff like that. So yeah, they're the ones who are like playing catch up and stuff like that, and kind of like sorry about that, kind of went off track, but it's like to sit there saying like, oh, Spencer has always been a liar and a he's been like a thief in the night and all this other stuff, and it's like, come on, man, seriously, is your hatred really that damn strong? I mean, dude, I got some strong hatred for fucking Nintendo. I'll admit that,
Oh
but
damn.
how many? But the thing, but see, yeah, you're saying oh damn because you're like probably like this is the first I ever heard of that.
I think I remember you saying about how Nintendo hasn't grown up with you, but I didn't know like hated it like that. I don't like Nintendo, but yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, how often do you see me go off on these tangents about like, oh, look at Nintendo, look at these little kids playing these games, dude?
Yeah, it's never been nothing like that.
I mean, yeah, if that's what they like, then that's what they like, man.
Yeah.
It's like Apple Jacks. You play what you like. You
Yeah.
know, just don't come over here fucking trying to piss in my bowl. You like fucking Apple Jacks. I like shredded wheat. Okay, cool. We you know
It
we we,
is what
we
it is.
yeah we established that. But here it is. These PlayStation dudes. It's like goddamn. I mean, is it that fucking to the wire? Is it really that fucking crucial, that critical, that you gotta go fuck with somebody over a damn console?
It seems to be, man. It seems to be. It's pretty sad. But I thought it was a good tangent that you made about the Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding. As far as what I saw from this full RDNA 2 being on Xbox Series X, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, that's just so they can easily port over PC games." And to me, that's an amazing thing because people do this weird thing with PC gaming where they on one hand they say it's holding back gaming, but then they say it's the most advanced and best place to play. But if they have this easy way to port over the games to Series X, I think that's going to make the development easier, and we're going to have better looking games on the Series X. That's all I can get from it so far. We'll have to see if maybe the PS5 doesn't have variable rate shading or is missing some feature, but something's going to happen with that full RDNA 2 where it's going to be to the advantage of Xbox.
Yeah, and especially considering the fact that they're the ones who have been working hand in hand with AMD, and
Yep.
apparently Sony was there too as well, but we're not sure as to what degree they were there because of the fact that their APU is based off RDNA 2, so it
Mm,
has some of the benefits and stuff like that, but it is not full flat out RDNA 2. And I believe that that's where it's I'm thinking that's where things are going to kind of get a little dicey because right now it's like the way that machine is propped up, that is going to be a brute force animal.
mm.
That Joker is going to be trying to bust out the gate, with everything that you pop into it and that you try to open. It's just going to be trying to just scream out the gate. Um, so it's kind of like, like, yeah, all right, yeah, all right, so cool. It's it might be a little bit more faster on the IO and stuff like that. But the question that I kind of wonder, thinking on that, talking to somebody else earlier in the week, is that just how much faster are we talking about? Because remember, when it comes to IO speeds, that stuff is also dictated by your CPU,
Mm.
and their CPU is just a step and a half behind what's on the Series X, even the Series S.
Yep.
So yeah, so to me, it's
But they
like there's
do.
only. Oh, go ahead.
So they do have that the oodle compression or whatever it's called. I was pretty. I gotta
Oh,
say
cracking.
they're cracking. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by that. Even on the PS4, they were able to shrink those loading times. I think it was like the last one was from like a minute and a half to like 12 seconds or something. And to me, that's pretty impressive. They're doing that on the HDD. So of course, that's going to translate somehow. It may not be that drastic of a decrease, but it's going to transfer somehow on the PS5. So that's pretty impressive. But what I believe I was looking at for the Series X, they say 40 times faster. Those numbers don't reflect anything about velocity architecture. So Xbox is going to have the same type of decompression. So we're going to be getting that on Xbox too.
Yeah, 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 because I mean, like I said, that's why you don't hear anything about it no more. Like it was like over a month ago, because once D-Batch put out the numbers, and it's funny because it took him to do it. That's when all of a sudden a lot of hearts just got broken,
Mm.
and it's like, oh, you're a damn lie. I mean, this dude was he was actually getting, I think he was getting death threats.
Jesus Christ. Which numbers were these? I didn't see that.
uh you have to go into his archives. If you happen to go to his site, you go into his
Oh,
archives or
okay.
something. Yeah, and you'll come across it. Because oh god, it's been a while, so you might have to do a little bit of digging. But yeah,
Okay,
man,
okay.
but I think it was like another developer that was on Twitter also helped him crunch those numbers, and they were like, whoa, hold on a second. They squeezing all this out of a 2.4 gigabyte IO system. And yeah, it's like I said, I mean, it's from what it's looking like, it's pretty beastly. But as I try to explain to a lot of people anyway, you got to think about this. We're talking about 2.4 gigabytes per second.
That's
Two,
huge.
yes, 2.5 per second. Come on, you can't really sit there telling me that, oh, that's chump change. That's nothing. It's like, dude, no, that's like that. I mean, you don't understand. That's like, 2.4 gigs back in the day when I used to download the files for
Mm,
like anime. They used to have like both the English and the Japanese subs with it,
hmm.
as well as like the subtitles and everything. I mean, good lord, it's been a while, so I can't remember the file names for those, but those used to be like clock in like at least about 2 to 3 gigs and stuff,
Mm.
because they were supposed to like DVD rips and everything. So these were pretty big, and just imagine the fact of like something that big in under a second.
That's a
We're talking
massive
about
amount of data.
Yeah, we're talking about like 4K level, visuals and HD sound, all in one bite in a second. Come on, man. I mean, you seriously can't say that, oh, this thing is going to be slow, it's going to be creeping, and we're just going to be zipping all over the open world, and it's like, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. But yeah, like I said, the RDNA thing is just all over the place. I saw it earlier on Twitter, and I
Mm.
mean, there's just fallout everywhere about it, man. Just fallout. It's like, come on, man. It's just just accept it. Just take it. Just accept it. And it's like, no. I mean, good Lord. I mean, dude, I'll put it like this. If we were on a high school football team, I would probably hate to play against these dudes. Cause these
Why you
cause
say that?
because these seem like the cats that, it's like no matter what the coach calls, they're the ones who are going to be all up in his face, how dare you? Oh, what do you think? It's like, come on, man. It's like, look, we got a touchdown. Let's keep it rolling. You're winding down the clock, and then
It's crazy, man.
when the game is over, you won. They're the ones that want to throw helmets on the ground and start fighting.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody's school, but I do know, when I was going to school, that was like the big thing and stuff like that. It's like, if a team, especially here in the South, man, if the team lost, people were fighting.
Oh shit. But it's I can't remember who I was watching and they were talking about it, but pretty much it's they're not used to being second or third place. How Nintendo's going, looks like Sony might be third place this upcoming generation. But they're not used to it, and they're scared, man. They experienced it a little bit with the 360, and they were resentful from that. That's why they're fucking nuts with the PS4 generation. But yeah, man, it's looking like Xbox is definitely gonna be on top this upcoming gen.
Yep. My my projections about this, and these are just projections, is that what's going to happen is, like, at out of the gate, from the giddy up, I
Mm,
will say the PlayStation will lead, but it'll be by a margin. But that's only because of the mind share. But what's going to happen going into like the end of next year, well, I'd say the middle of next year, that margin is going to be closed quickly.
yep.
And it's going to be closed quickly because of supply.
Mm. Yeah, they're
I
saying that might happen. This holiday season if Sony doesn't have the right supply.
Yeah. So, and that, and see, the thing is, like, when Erock, shout out to him, kept, bringing up, they got beat on silicone and stuff like that. It wasn't,
Mm,
as I add to it, it isn't by, technical standpoint, from like a hardware standpoint, that they got beat on silicone. It was by supply. Because
mm,
as I keep telling people and stuff like that, and I was hoping he would have popped in. New Legal also agreed with me as well. See, the thing is that, when we look back at it, going back into like last year, Sony was the last one to the table to place their order.
mm,
So before COVID hit and everything, shutting down everything over in China and Malaysia and stuff like that, where all these systems are manufactured, the ones who are ahead of them was Apple, Microsoft, and Samsung,
geez, the
in those
three
orders.
biggest players.
Yeah, they already had their orders in. That's why I keep telling everybody, don't let Phil fool you. This is the only trickster thing I will accuse him of, is that he's not being forward about how many units they actually have. Because the thing is, dude, I want to say that before the VGA Awards, when they unveiled the Series X, They
Mm,
already had those units. They already had a good bit of those units already produced
mm,
because remember there was an interview within that time span after the reveal where he stated that, oh yeah, we had some of our employees and our key staff members have had these units and are testing them out at home,
yep.
and plus they had they had units when they flew Austin and Digital Foundry out there to Redmond, and this is all
Yep.
before COVID hit.
Yeah, we didn't even know it. They had the Series S at that time too.
And yes, but the rumors are flying around, and people just couldn't wrap their heads around the fact of a smaller, cheaper next gen system being out there. So like I said, I mean, dude, I'm willing to bet that they had like a good 10 million already, like already churned out and just sitting offshore somewhere, just
Mm,
just waiting. And then COVID hit. But the thing is, Sony was late to the table. And so
yeah.
therefore they, while everybody's sitting down and eating, they had to sit there and wait to for their order to kind of finally come through. Because I think
Yeah.
I believe that's the reason why it took so long for any influencers to get their hands on a unit. And when they did the little hands-on, if you want to call it that, in Japan and stuff like that, with those Japanese influencers and stuff like that, they
Mm,
they dude, you notice they didn't let them touch it.
yeah.
Don't
That's really weird.
Yeah, I mean it's like I mean it's almost like the moment that one dude was like looking like he was getting ready to touch it and trying to look behind it, you can see him kind of like glance up, and it's almost like somebody was probably over off camera going like, mm-mm, mm-mm, don't you
Oh man.
don't you even think about it.
I would not put it past them, have used a, PC dummy unit, actually be using a PC or something.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, so I think that's the one reason why influencers didn't get it. Um, and also these guys couldn't touch it. So
Mm,
now that influencers are getting them, that's because remember they placed in a late order. That order finally was filled.
mm,
So now they're their big boy britches are a little snugger now, and they're feeling a little a little okie dokie. But when the launch date hits and stuff, we're gonna see how this works out, because they, from what I understand, the demand is outstripping the supply for them.
yeah.
And so a lot of people are kind of factoring that, okay, it's going to be the same way for, for Microsoft as well. They haven't outright said that. Phil hinted at something like it, being or supply would be the supply and demand would be the driving force as to who comes out on top. But um at the same time, he wasn't really doing his usual corporal speak. He wasn't really like saying like, oh yeah, this might be an issue for us, because just as he told Ryan McCaffrey in that one IGN interview where he was like, well, is there going to be a plan B? He was like, there is no plan B. We're good to go.
Mm. With Halo or without, yep.
Yeah, and that's why I keep telling people, it's like, don't let what a lot of the stuff Phil says fool you. You really got to look at his history. If you keep up with his interviews, which a lot of people that leak stuff, and a lot of the YouTubers out there that say stuff, is because they keep up with what he says in most interviews. Because the thing is, he's human. He will stumble, and he'll tell you something, and then 5 interviews later he'll never say anything else about it again until somebody brings it up, and he'll just kind of do his moving right along. He'll do that. Like right now, he kind of like leaked something about Fusion Frenzy being rebooted.
Oh, damn.
And also brought up something about the streaming stick for Game Pass and XCloud, right?
Mm.
That's going, trust me, that's going to go quiet for now, at least going into, I want to say, into next spring. Then all of a sudden it's going to start coming back up again.
Yeah.
So that's what I noticed about him. So
Even that,
yeah,
apparently they mentioned that I guess like three or 4 years ago about those streaming sticks. So yeah, that's something they've been, working on in the backgrounds.
yeah. Um, it was called Project Hobart.
Mm.
Strange name. So they had that going for a while, and I knew about it. But the thing is that when I first heard about it, I didn't know about it being for Xbox. The one that I heard more about was the one that was supposed to have Windows 10 built into it.
Mm.
But
That
the
yeah, I've
thing,
seen those the little USB PCs. I've seen yeah.
yeah, there's already a good bit of those already built. You can find some that have Android and Linux on them. So
Mm.
so they're already out there. Um, so it was funny that this one coming up because I this one wasn't even on my radar that they actually had a dedicated Xbox stick. And
Mm.
so we're talking about, like, from what I understand, I guess was like 2 years ago that they said they were monkeying with this idea.
Yeah, something like that.
And Game Pass itself is like already what, like 4 years old now.
I think Game Pass is actually only 2 years old. I want to say
Okay.
Game Pass came out either 2017 or 2018. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's 2 or 3 years.
2019. So yeah, it actually might be around about three.
Yeah.
Probably pushing three. So if that's the case, that they had an idea for a streaming stick even back then, I mean, dude, they probably already had Azure probably locked and cocked and ready, ready to start doing the XCloud stuff way before then.
Mm.
So yeah, man, these are some pretty big leaps. Um,
Let me let me ask you, Fireballs. Do you because some people try to spin that and say, oh, this is proof Xbox is getting out of console hardware. Do you think that's a bad thing, or like me, do you just think that that's another option for gaming?
mm, the way I look at it is, I look at it as an option. Now, I will admit, at first, I was not on board with it because I too had that fixed mentality.
Mm.
But the only way I see that happening, where it's a sign to me, and this is just me, because I know everybody won't exactly agree with it. Of them, if they were to bow out, the only sign I can see is them, pushing all their games to all the other platforms.
Mm. So
But
I got you. So once you see that, you think there's a problem.
yeah,
I
because
got you.
because yeah, because I'll put it to you like this: every business likes money, and that's what they're in for. They're in for the business of making money. All right,
Mm.
but here's the thing. Well, which is also my topic. When we looked at their current earnings for the first quarter, which just passed, they
Hmm.
are already up on their revenue 30%. So they made back what they spent for Bethesda. They made that back with interest.
Mm.
I want to say 4 times the interest. They made that back. So that getting Bethesda, dude, that was just a drop in the tank.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like there's no point in them, because I know a lot of people like to spin it and talk about, like, well, they're talking options, so I mean, we might be seeing XCloud come on the Switch. We might be seeing it on the PlayStation 5. And the thing to me is, like, I guess to me, it's like it doesn't make business sense. And when people mumble that stuff, it doesn't make sense. It's like, dude, are you listening to what's coming out of your damn mouth? You're literally asking a company. It's just the same as when they go out saying, they went and bought Bethesda. Oh man, oh Sony, you need to go get Konami. No, they can't get Konami because Konami, even though they've been out of the business, they are still pretty big. Pachinko's been fucking good for them. Oh shoot, new legal's popping in.
Oh shit.
All right, folks, we're about to bring in a very important guest. Shout out to our boy New Legal.
Hey man,
you guys there, Legal?
You guys make me proud, man. This is my bloodline right here. These are the streets, man.
Yes, sir.
I want to say this, man. You guys make me proud, man.
Oh, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
You guys, man. It's hard to make it look good down here, you know, but we the truth, man. And I'm glad that I was part of that spark, man, to inspire people to feel like they can voice their opinions and be heard, man, because the Xbox community, man, it needs to grow, bro. It needs to grow with real Xbox people, man. Not phony balonies, man. Not people who propaganda stuff, man. And it's hard to project it, because if you really came out and exposed it, a lot of people just think you're being a hater. You see what I'm saying? Because they're so blinded. They don't really know. But we can really expose this stuff. But it's not worth it, man. It's really not, because
I just got tired of the fence sitting.
Honestly,
I got tired of the fence sitters, man. I couldn't take it no more.
Right.
I was like, and that's when I came across you.
Wow.
I came across you, and I was like, finally. You know that little meme that goes around, finally some good food. I was like, finally some good
Somebody
shit.
Speaks that language.
Yeah.
I feel you. Somebody speaks that language, man, because that's the same feeling I got. And only a real gamer feels that. Only a real gamer knows what you're talking about, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's hard to explain it, though. It's something you can't explain. You just know when it's something like Twitter. Twitter builds me up, because I find so many smart Xbox people on Twitter, and yet their voice never gets heard. I just like now, man, there's a dude who's not even getting credit for the RDNA 2.0. But I'm gonna give him credit. And everybody's out here lying, acting like they're the ones that spoke on it. They wasn't speaking on this, man. This dude was speaking about this 3 years ago.
Was that Post Up?
No.
Who's that?
My man Kaz. My man United Kaz. Nobody was speaking about this, bro. This dude was talking about this when Vega and Polaris was up to grabs. He was talking about Xbox being over that. It was gonna be on a next chip that we don't even know nothing about. That's how far back this dude was talking, bro. And even then, you was like, what the hell is this dude talking about? So he's the one that even talked about the 7 nanometer plus, and AMD got away from that. That's the 7 nanometer plus is what RDNA is today. They didn't have a name for it. They call it Navi. Remember the show I talked about with the Navi? And going away? We'll look at it today. The big Navi just hit. The Navi came back, and it's their 6000. The funny part about it is, I'm going on my show today. I got sent valuable information about that 6000 like 3 days ago. I was going to do the show about it, but I was so tired. I was so tired, bro, because I've been working these long hours. I couldn't even get the energy to do the show. The information was sent to me to go on and bomb everybody before Sue and all this information came out.
You should. I mean, dude, you should, because the thing about it is like, see, you're gonna bring it out unfiltered. You ain't gonna have that, that sometimey, mixed bag, sit on the fence type, approach with it. That's the thing. That's the thing about you that that I love, especially from like you, E-Rock, and 100 and stuff.
And the general.
especially general, is that y'all not going to sit there with this like, well, games still matter, so they need to make sure. And it's like, man, come on, man, we already know this.
Look, man, the reason people do that, let me tell you why they do that, bro. They do that for clicks. They do that for, okay, it's like having a false preacher, right? Or a false prophet, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
What's their main key to ingredients for success? To say the things that itch your ear. To have a little charisma, to say the things that you want to hear. Well, see, the masses don't ever want to hear a true Xbox fan because people like them have put a stench over that to where when you're a real Xbox fan, it's a negative thing. And that's why the new legal came out. Because I said, nah, being an Xbox fan ain't negative. Playing only on Xbox ain't negative. Who said you had to have multi-consoles? That's not negative. You don't know what somebody can afford. If that person can only afford an Xbox, then why are you worrying about it? If he's happy about Xbox games, why are you worrying about it? I'm not here to appease the masses. The new legal didn't come for that. I came to appease my community, the community I indulge in. And I don't have to sit up here and straddle the fence for nobody to believe in what I say. I don't care. If you don't, I'm like this. You have all the right in the world to avoid listening to me. But here's the thing about the new legal. Unlike those clowns, and I call them clowns out of respect because they mastered their circus, right? But they're not true to their craft. I've been doing this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is something that I was doing way before social media. I was really in them streets doing this stuff because I love it. That's something that I like to do. I love to talk gaming and consoles and comparisons and capabilities, games. That's what I've been doing ever since the mid to late 80s, bro. When I was like 10 years old with this stuff, when I could understand a little bit of it, pushing it out like that, all the way up to where I'm at now. You think I don't see it? You think I can't hear it? Bro, it's in the communication. YouTube, you can tell when somebody is speaking from their heart, and you can tell when somebody's speaking for their channel. You can see it. You can know it. You know it when you've been around the block too long. And a lot of these cats, man, they garnish the casual audience. So the casual audience will go, like I said, to places where they just want to fit in. They go somewhere where they just want to fit in. They think it's cool to support this because, it looks cool. But the true gamers, a true gamer never built his empire off of popularity, off of masses. He's known from gaming. None of these dudes are known from gaming, bro. None of them. They're YouTube made, and that's the difference. That's what makes it hard for you guys, because you guys, just like me, have entered their world. We come up on YouTube. But here's the beautiful thing, people. Let me tell y'all some truth to this. You're known by your works, man. You're not known by what you say. And everything that glitters and shines isn't gold, baby. Isn't gold.
That's true.
So like I'm about to say, and remember, because I have these sayings that have all came true. Y'all remember what I used to say? Very soon, wherever they talk gaming, they're going to have to mention Xbox. How many times have y'all heard me say that?
Yes, sir.
How many times have you heard them say that? Zero. They can't talk like that because they don't know. They don't know. They just go off the flow of things, bro. They don't know anything. Why you think we were able to predict RDNA 2.0? Why you think I was able to say the PlayStation 5, if it comes out any earlier than 2021, it's going to be a catastrophe? Why you think the new league could say stuff like that boldly and then tell the masses, if it does, then you'll see. Why do you think I can say it with such boldness? And I never wavered. Why do you think I can post the way I post on Twitter and sound concrete? When I post with evidence, with such conviction, bro. I don't post to be scratching nobody's ears. If I see that I was one that said that, I'll retweet it and put my own comment there. I don't care if you got a strong following. I didn't see you. You wasn't out here in these streets. They don't talk for y'all. All they want is your hand to be out for them. We don't ask for anything. We're men. We work. We get. If we want it, we go buy it. We're not out here sending our little goons, our little minions out to say things to Phil and Aaron. Scouts. We ain't got no scouts, bro. We gamers. We don't operate like that.
Oh man.
You see it. I don't have nobody. I don't need nobody to talk for me. I don't need a co-signer. I mean, these are all the little tricks, man. You just got to know these things. And the blinded, it's okay. Because you choose to be blind. So if you don't like the new legal or Fireboss or my man Emmanuel A1, if you just don't like us, then that's fine. I'm cool with that. You don't pay my bills. You don't feed me. You don't buy my clothes, anything like that. But
my thing is this, though. If you don't like us, why are you here?
Well, the thing is, I've never dissed you. I don't speak hatred of you. I don't pay you any attention. So you blindly hate me. But the key word is blindly. Anybody that hates the new legal hates me for no reason. I'm putting that out there right now. You hate me for no reason because I never had beef with you. I never warred with you. I never mentioned your name. So the only thing that I'm guilty of is trying to build my community up by any means necessary, no matter what.
The whole thing is because you're speaking truth that they don't want to hear or they don't want you to spread to other people.
Facts.
Yep.
It's not about, I'm not here to overpower anybody. I'm simply having fun. I love being disruptive. There had to be a glitch in the matrix. I got tired of seeing it. Like y'all don't see it? Yo, it's an underground fellowship. All right. People play it off like they don't talk to each other. People play it off like they're not cool with each other, but they got each other's back. It's right there. If you've ever been in the streets, man, you know this type of stuff. You have to live by it. That's why your word is bond in the streets. These dudes sit up here and they don't, it's like family reunion, right? You're only gonna go see your family once a year, but you're gonna make that trip. That's how they do. You don't see them on each other's posts all the time, but you know when they come together. So when they come together, they telling you, they showing you right there. It's not, it's at a point now where they're just open with it. They used to not be open with it, but all these dudes are cool. They all network the same. So anytime you go after one of them, you'll notice that some will pop up. Well, why is that? You think that your empire's in jeopardy? The only things that they're scared of is you guys. I told you that. The streets is what they fear. And you've seen it, even with the high YouTubers, down to Digital Family, John Linneman and all them losing his mind, Ron McCaffrey, they lose their minds when the streets rattle them because y'all are the source of their jobs, of their security. When the streets no longer pay them no attention, they're out of a job. So why do you think they say stupid stuff every now and then? Why do you think they stir things up? Rattle the boxes, as you should say. Say dumb stuff because they know when they do that, the blinded followers start coming. They start yapping. And then you have all the great defenders of Xbox who get emotional. They start coming out, and guess what? They don't even realize that now they're serving them. They don't
That's
realize
why I
that's
don't bother no
all it
more
took to
with
pay the
them. That's
bill.
why I don't bother no more, man.
I don't
Because
bother. I don't look at that stuff.
yeah,
Look, man, when you realize that their third party information is laughable. But see, the blind won't see that because all they do is click and start reading. But if you ever paid attention to those articles, they have to tell you their source. And I'd be like, man, damn. When I was finally waking up to it, why is it they always get their source from some? So it's nothing but a copy and paste situation. All of them do it. They get the news late, and then they copy the news and put it on their websites, and then they shoot it out in the gaming streets. And everybody thinks that these are the popular spots, so they open it up, not ever knowing where the true source came from. The true source never gets its props. You know what I'm saying? I'm being serious. They smother the true source and the true source, but see, the true source gets its money off of them because they're like, okay, go spread our stuff. You know you have to give us something for spreading our stuff because you guys are not the originators of this post. That's why you'll see them. In their articles, they'll say, from over here, that's the original spot. If you click it, it'll go off their post and go to the main source every single time.
That's
right. See what I'm saying? So they get out here in these streets, man, and they act like they're celebrities. They're not celebrities, people. These people are not celebrities. Hollywood don't know them. They don't make millions of dollars. I keep trying to tell people that they're no better than you. Even a celebrity is not better than you. We're all human beings. But I want to tell you something. Look at how human beings act when they get a little bit of attention. So this lets you know who really never had attention before in their life. Because when you get up in stature, you're supposed to reach back. You're supposed to become a giver. You're supposed to become a giver. These dudes don't give back to the community, bro.
No, they
don't
block
even
the community, man.
To you guys.
They block us.
Yeah, they don't even respond to you guys. And you guys think I'm hating. You think, please, bro, stop it. I'm a grown man. I know what I know. It's right there. You know, but when people tag me, it's an honor for me. I look at it as an honor. I try to respond. And, you know, it's tiresome. I'm not going to sit here and lie. As much tagging I get, DMs I get, people just want to show me stuff. But it makes me feel good, man, because they want to show me stuff because they know I'll interact with them. I'm not too high to where I'm sitting on a throne and you know, I'm too high now. So, you know, what they say don't matter to me, you know.
That is true.
That's true. I'm serious. He will, bro. And it's funny to me. That's why I do a lot of laughing on Twitter. Why do you think I laugh a lot? Because it's funny to me. But like I said, we're going into a new generation, right? There's a lot of people who didn't get their hands on that Series X. But guess what? Victory to the streets. You know why? Because the new legal got through. And I got that X. And guess what? I'm going to be representing the streets. I'm going to do it the way we do it.
Yes, sir.
I don't have all that high tech. Don't have to. I'm a gamer. But you best believe that I am who I say I am. You best believe you got to give these folks a head start when you're dealing with the new legal. You better give them a head start. Because when it comes to gaming, I'll pass them all up. And that's all I'm ready is November the 10th. Start your engines up. Because November the 10th, it's no longer about YouTube. It's no longer about talking, bro. November the 10th is about gaming.
Matter of fact, November 9th, the day before, there's speculated to be a show, a pre-launch show.
They're speculating. And I want to say that it's been a journey meeting y'all. Fireballs came right off my comment sections. Y'all don't understand how much that makes me feel, bro. That dude came. He used to look, man. This dude would feel bad because he would leave like paragraphs in my comment section, and he would literally apologize to me, and I'd be like, "Yo, why are you apologizing to me, bro? I read what you say. See, I'm not like all these other clowns out here. I actually pay attention to the people who put comments on my posts. I mean, on my YouTube channel, and I try to respond to everybody that leaves a comment. I don't just put a heart there. I comment to them. There's somebody. You're not just a number, dude. You're somebody. So I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to acknowledge you. And Fireboss used to apologize to me. And I would tell him like this. It's a shame if they're not reading what you say. That's all I would say to him. Because as a real gamer, I understand you. There is no way that you could talk real gaming in one little sentence.
But the thing is, basically what's going on with them and is that, see, being an artist myself, you know, whereas I'm not I'm in the lower tier of the popular bracket, if you want to call it that. What I've noticed when it comes to the ones who are higher up tiers above me and stuff like that, well, as far as the art that I do, they what happens is that they have so many followers and so many comments that they don't bother reading them because there's so many. So what they do is they cherry pick, you know, certain ones.
And that's okay, right? You can only go so far. But like I said, man, respond out to all of them. Then make a universal post and let everybody know, let them know that you matter, you know. I understand it gets out of control, but we want them to we always want them to know that they matter. Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock. Direct Gaming is about to go in effect. Fireballs, appreciate you hitting me in. A1, you already know.
Yes, sir.
To the Xbox community, man, support these guys, man. It's time for a new day. It's time for that real Xbox streets to arise. We're here. Y'all keep talking that Xbox talk, man. Keep sharing each other's stuff. Keep talking about each other. That's the only way you'll get the blind followers to start opening their eyes to you. Unless we start supporting each other, they won't see us. You have to support each other, man. You have to. And talk highly of each other. That's how it works, because that's a true Xbox community, right? We know what a true Xbox community sounds like and looks like. So we need to move like it's such. Thank you all, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. I got to get out of here because I got a whole lot of stuff I'm about to bomb. It's a whole lot of stuff I'm about to bomb. So,
yes. And
I'll be over there in a little bit.
Same here.
Yeah, shout outs to the Xbox community. Always, man. It's New League. I'm out of here, y'all.
Peace. All right, man. Thanks for dropping in, man.
Yes, sir.
And that was New Legal, y'all dropping it like a 1980s ninja.
Well, that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, dude, he's right. It's a new age that's coming upon us, and everybody keeps talking about, oh man, Phil's trying to bring it back to the 360 time and stuff. And yeah, you might as well say he's trying to do that, but I think he's trying to push beyond it. In all honesty. But the thing is, you know, I've looked at a lot of influencers that are doing their unboxings of the Series X, and one thing I've noticed, but see, the thing is, even before all this unboxing and test units being sent out and stuff, I kind of noticed that a good chunk of our, foreign gamers, and a good majority of them, European, seem to have, more or less their disdain is real strong. You can really see it. And
you mean when they're talking about Xbox?
Yeah, it's very forced. And it's like I was looking at, some odd reason the translation wasn't working, but it's like I can really, sense from this one Russian guy how he was. I mean, it's like the moment he opened up the lid of the of his Series X thing, Whereas like majority of people I've seen that open it up and they're like, oh man, this is high class presentation. This guy is like this guy's like face palming, shaking his
like
head.
It's a bad thing or something.
Yeah, and he's got and it's the tone of his voice. It's like you can, he's like looking at the camera like, this right here. I don't know what this is. I don't know why the fuck they sent this to me. I don't know why they sent it to you either, bro.
That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
Yeah, and he's not the only one. So that's why I said what I did, that out the gate, PlayStation will have it out the gate.
Because I've noticed that you mentioned foreign people. I noticed, sometimes they have American resentment and they place that onto, vicariously on the Xbox. I really have noticed that.
Yeah, it's a lot of strong resentment. And the thing is that, like I said, I mean, PlayStation sunk their hooks in deep. As far as Europe goes, they really sunk them deep, and they kept sinking them in even deeper. So for a lot of these jokers, especially a good majority of the trolls out there, if you really think about it and look at it, a good bit of them are actually, somewhere around, in the European range.
Yeah.
So I'll put it to you like this: it's not impossible to win them over. All right. But it's going to be hard, and the hard fights, the hard battles, I can already see is going to be a good not all of the Russian countries and stuff, but a good, I want to say the majority of them. And this goes back to what I was speculating before legal came in. So a good bit of them, definitely Spain and Portugal, as well as Italy. But I definitely do feel that it's going to take. I say that when I say coming out the gate, I believe we're gonna definitely win back the UK. I really don't think we ever really lost Ireland.
Yeah, they do seem to like Xbox over there.
Yeah, hey, green sticks with green, man. So, as well as like, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, those places right there, they're going to become strongly Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's because if you really think about it, a lot of them were already kind of like teetering on the fence anyway.
Yeah. I've heard some of the issues is more so with the lack of, I guess, translations for the system itself, and also I guess for the marketing overseas that Xbox doesn't do. I've heard people say, it's usually English centric, which we see Sony is kind of moving towards, and they switch the buttons for Japan. But I've heard that's part of the issue, which is, like you said, it's very fixable, and from my understanding, Xbox is working on that. So I think that won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. And it's funny you brought up marketing, because that was a strong factor. That which jumped off this gen right here was the fact that a lot of these countries did not get, it's either they didn't get enough Xbox Ones, or they didn't get Xbox Ones at all.
Yeah.
And as the generation dragged on, they still weren't getting any units. There was like no promotions, no advertising, and that kind of like threw a bit of salt into a lot of them's wounds, because at least from what I've observed and seen, a good chunk of them did want to jump on Xbox, but they just couldn't. They couldn't get their hands on one unless they had to like special order it.
Yeah, I didn't, I guess I've heard of that stuff, but I didn't really understand it until I heard like Phantom Crack and Joe Hansel talk about it. Not having an Xbox is like not even something that registers in my brain. But yeah, I didn't know it was such an issue. Even having access to it overseas, so that is a problem. That they got to step it up on that.
Yeah, and this was especially prevalent in Japan as well, and which this is how I found out that there was even a fan base over there. Which to me it's like yeah, there should have been one, because they were enjoying the 360, getting Blue Dragon and all that. So but hey man, but Hey, could you hold on a second?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Something.
No, you're all good, man.
Like, good Lord, somebody. I see some people celebrating the launch a little too early. Somebody's out there capping, man.
Oh shit.
Hey, I'm in here.
It's a good idea.
Like, I'm in here. I will stay in here.
Yeah.
Be like, this is my fortress.
Yeah. As long as you don't come in here, it's not a problem.
That's right. I'm saying, I'm serious. I mean, it's just like this console war thing. It's like, look, if you rock PlayStation, cool. I mean, I don't mind if you come in here and sit and listen, but you want to come in and stir up something. The only difference is I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I ain't got the energy for that. That's what we have bouncers for. So, but
they got I don't know if you're too aware, but they got Xbox rap diss songs out now. So a lot of people getting indoctrinated in that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going on. But yeah, and because I came across a few of them. But but this gen right here looks like they're stepping it up on the marketing. So I mean, dude, you have to give them applause, to be able to sell out in Japan twice back to back.
And and doing that simultaneous launch. They're not splitting it up like PlayStation. They're launching, globally like they said they would.
Yep. And I think what's going on for PlayStation, at least from my business aspect, and not like they fucking need me to defend them, but in their defense, I think what's going on is because, as a lot of us kept seeing and finding out, is that even though they sold all these units, it's the software where money is made. Mm-hmm. They didn't sell as much software as they have sold, as much units.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not making money back like they usually would. That's why all of a sudden you're seeing, Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding coming to PC. That's why the PlayStation 5 titles you're seeing come to PlayStation 4 and eventually to PC.
MLB The Show coming to Xbox. Yep.
Yeah, they're not making that money. And see, what the thing is with MLB The Show, I think the MLB was the ones that twisted their arm on that.
Even that shows, they couldn't risk losing, that potential money. They had to go for it.
Yeah. That's because, and to me, it's also what makes me kind of think that this little locked in deal that EA has with the NBA, I don't think it's going to last for much longer.
You mean NFL?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to last for much longer.
It shouldn't, man, because I'm not a big football fan, but I do remember at least enjoying NFL Blitz and stuff like that. So, or NFL Street. So I would play those games if they came out. Probably just not Madden, but yeah, it's not good for the industry. They haven't done right by it.
Yeah, because to this day, to me, the best football game was done by Sega when Sega had the 2K series.
Okay, yeah.
That was the best, and then of course they folded, and EA wined and dined, and the NFL heads and stuff, and next thing you know, EA Sports.
Yeah.
So
No, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sega, weren't they selling the titles for like $20 or something crazy like that?
oh god, dude, that's been a long time. I don't think it was $20. I think they were like somewhere around probably like 45 or so.
Okay,
Cause
I,
I,
I thought I
'cause-
thought it was something crazy like 20 or $30 for the game or something like that. It might be a different franchise, but I thought one of them, was really really good but inexpensive or something.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because, like I said, the thing is, I remember something like that. I just don't think it was the any of the professional sports games.
Okay.
I want to think it was. I want to think it was like when Sega started like porting their games to other systems. That's when they were like just putting pretty like cheap prices on them and stuff. Because I don't think because like I said, Shinobi that was on PlayStation 2 and eventually
Hmm.
3. I don't think that one was like a full priced game.
Okay.
So yeah, but like I said, I mean, anybody watching in the comments, just feel free to correct me if and stuff like that because my the old mind isn't like a steel trap no more. So feel free to help me out. Just as I keep telling everybody, just don't be a douche. That's all. But but yeah, so but moving the train right along and stuff like that. So um Xbox Xbox Series X and S definitely full RDNA 2.0 was fully confirmed. Uh, we'll have to see how this all works out because even though we are aware of the features and everything, the big factor is still this game core thing that certain people have been bringing up. When people like look
Mm.
at say like Dirt 5 and they're like, oh, this doesn't look like it. It's kind of like, well, that's because a lot of this stuff is not fully implemented yet. So I'm
Hmm.
kind of hoping that it will be ready for launch and everything.
Oh
At
yeah,
least
especially once we get that Unreal Engine 5.
exactly. So that's the ray tracing and everything. It's coming, and then they're all talking all the smack about like, oh look at our games. Our games got ray tracing already out the box. Yeah, that checkerboarded ray tracing. Okay, sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll bite. Well, we'll
Yeah,
give you a little bit of applause. But when the DX ray tracing hits, there's going to be a lot of tears in the streets.
yeah. I've
And
seen it's supposed to be at least 40%. At least 40% better.
yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of rays and stuff. And even with Digital Foundry, like you know, when they was doing their coverage of the of what the gameplay footage for Gran Turismo, which had
Hmm.
ray tracing in it, they were like, yeah, this is checkerboarded. And then when they did that gameplay of the remastered Spider-Man and
Hmm.
stuff, they're like, oh, look at all the ray tracing, look at the ray tracing. Yeah, but when you look at it, there's NPCs that are walking by that are missing. There's cars that are not on the street. There's trees missing.
Yeah.
So
And people try to say, oh, that's just Digital Foundry. They're slowing down and zooming in, but your eyes can perceive this stuff. Especially when they do shit like the PlayStation have the photo modes and all that. So people are going to see this stuff. They're going to notice this.
yep. So there's so like I said, dude, it's going to be very interesting after the launch. That's all I got to say because now
Yeah.
all of a sudden that we're getting close to the launch and AMD finally did this show, this event, which there's been rumors that one of the reasons we haven't heard anything about the game core or seen a lot of these games, especially the back compat titles, really showing their, flexing the system's full muscle is because they were waiting for AMD. I don't know how true that was. I really don't. Um, but I just noticed that the show was the day earlier today, and also earlier today we started seeing more trailers, gameplay trailers popping up.
Mm. I gotta check some of those out.
Yeah. So I mean nothing too big or major. I mean they had like a Call of the Sea, that Tetris game, The Ascent.
I want to play that Ascent. You know, it's good.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably well. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, it's being delayed, so it should be
Oh, the
coming.
Ascent.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's only like for until like December. So I think it's
Okay.
new. Yeah, I think its new launch date is somewhere around the same bracket as the Medium.
Okay, okay. Because that game is kind of like Cyberpunk. I was gonna say, at least people will be able to play that, if they, since they're not getting Cyberpunk, because they're both getting delayed. That's funny.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like as far as Cyberpunk goes, it's like to me, it sucks, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, if they are at least getting in third person view, let them do it. Take as much time as you want. I want third person view.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, that's superficial, man. That's just patty whack bullshit. Get that out of here, nigga. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like, no, man, dude. It's like Skyrim. It's like, yeah, I mean, walking around first person is immersive, but at the same time, I like to be able to like zoom out and see, how awesome my character looks. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the point of customization. Yeah.
because dude, I mean, the character build I used to go with, the big bald brother with a fucking hammer, wearing a fucking hood. Now, I mean, ever since Kingdoms of Amalur into Skyrim and any other open world game that lets you create your characters, that's what I
Hmm.
always, that's my build I always go with, because that's how I feel. That's me.
That's funny. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. I pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, that's. I think that probably they mentioned they'll do a patch for next gen. I think they'll have to at least do it in that. But I know they were saying those are system limitations of PS4 and Xbox One that you know made them have to take that out. But yeah, I definitely see them probably hopefully adding that back in. That would make it. If they add that stuff back in and throw it on Game Pass, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah. And what's going on, Ray? Unfortunately, man, I was not able to secure my Series X. Even when the second run for pre-orders came, I I wasn't quick enough, man. I wasn't quicker than quick.
Oh shit. What up, Rashawn? Yeah, man. I rolled up to my GameStop around. I think it opened up at 11. For pre-orders. I rolled up there like 10:55. Thinking it was gonna be sweet. It was a big line, so I missed out on it. I'm thinking I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go to the store. Day of launch. They say there's gonna be some stock, so I'm gonna try to get one in, man. Hopefully, I can walk in. People have been saying I'm crazy though. We'll see.
Yeah. So I mean, me personally, I'm trying to see if I can get it through the All Access program. Because
Okay.
yeah, because that's, dude, that's too sweet of a deal.
It
Because
is.
yeah, I mean, 2 years of a Game Pass Ultimate, which also includes gold and everything. I mean, dude, you know how much money you saving?
Yeah.
So
I,
yeah,
I think actually I think it only comes out like $20, which isn't crazy. But I like the idea of being able to do it in the in the increments. But do you think you'll do it online? Day of launch. Do you think you're gonna try to do it online? See if you can do it as soon as it opens up, or do you think you'll do it in person so you can actually pick it up that day?
uh, I want to try to see if I can do it online first,
Okay.
because yeah, because the thing is, like, as long as I can get somebody at the GameStop that's up the street from me, as
Mm,
long as I can get any of them dudes to go ahead and, like, just get their fingers out there and tell me which store has it,
mm-hmm.
has an X in stock, I can actually get them to lock it in. Because
Okay.
yeah, because I mean, me and those dudes are actually kind of cool and stuff. So that's all I gotta be like, hey, look, this is Mike. I just wanted to make sure, see if y'all got an X, and y'all can lock it in for me.
Okay. So you will do it. You will get it. Try to get it in person that day if you
Yeah,
do the all access. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, because I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how fast they ship. Because I mean, because the thing is, because they do offer the shipping option. So if it's a thing where it's like, like, yeah, we'll ship it out same day or something like that, and I'll probably get it like the following day, then that's cool. But in all honesty, if I got the gas and all that stuff, I'll just go across town if I have to. and go to.
Yeah. I've been seeing, when I order from Microsoft or Xbox Store, free 2-day shipping. Just like Amazon, free 2-day shipping. Yeah.
Man, Ray, that triggers me, man, because I know that pain. I know that pain, dude. You looking at somebody who flat out fully paid for his Sega Dreamcast a whole month before it launched, and when I went out there to go get it, there was a line that was wrapping around the block coming out of the mall, coming out of the damn mall. I walked clean past all these jokers. I mean, so many of them just mean mugging, just like, like, oh, where you think you going? Like, dude, I done paid for mine. So, I'm walking clean past them, get all the way into the store. This joker gonna act brand new, talking about like, oh no, man, we already sold out of them. And I'm like, there's no way in the world you sold out of them, and I done already paid for mine. So
shit.
Yeah. So, and I told him who I was and everything. Cause the thing is, see, he didn't know that one of the employees was a friend of mine. And he already told me where he stashed it at. This joker,
so you like paid under the table, or you paid like, through the through the system or whatever.
No, he had a stash. He had it hidden in the back under the break room table. And this joker found it, and he moved it so he could stash it for himself.
Oh, that's fucked up either way, though.
Yeah, and so basically the thing is that another friend of mine that worked there, who was actually the manager, he was like, hey, what's going on, Mike? What's the problem? I was like, yeah, your dude right here is saying that y'all sold my Dreamcast, which I done already fully paid for. And so, and he's like, okay, well, hold on a second. So he goes in the back, he comes out with it, and he's like, yeah, it's right here. Matter of fact, and see, dummy moved my Dreamcast, didn't even take the post-it off of it that had my name on it. And he was like, yeah, it's right here. And I was like, yeah, it was supposed to be under a table. It was like, it wasn't under the table. And this dude just face just started turning beet red and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, before you walk off, I'll be taking that Sonic Adventure and that Ace and that that Air Force Delta.
Oh shit.
So, and I'll be taking my Dreamcast. Thank you, and good day, kind sir.
That's funny. That's actually a crazy story to hear, man. As far as how the generation went with the Dreamcast, I didn't know it was that popular at launch.
Oh, dude, yes, it was. It had. I think that it had to have been probably Sega's most successful launch as far as new hardware go. Because I mean, dude, they had a good healthy dose of games that launched with it. So there was, I mean, the way they did it, it was like something for everybody. And let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think the only first party game really was Sonic Adventure.
I remember that game was huge, though. I remember that.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, so like I said, I mean, Ray, dude, I know your pain, bro. I know your pain, and hopefully that's something I won't have to encounter myself. But we'll see how it goes. But that's my plan, is to go ahead and go with the all access, because that way I can go ahead and just reduce everything down to $35 a month instead of like what I'm doing right now, which is like the $15 a month. Just go ahead and just like okay, I'm getting some new hardware with this, and I'm getting the the $15 Game Pass deal. So yeah, this works out for me.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, man, I mean, it's been like tons of news going around me. Everybody's getting their hands on the X and stuff, and like I said, a lot of our foreign fellow gamers, at least the more European ones, or I guess you say the Eurasian ones, just they don't seem to be as entranced with it. But it's what it is. We'll just leave that be, and eventually it's going to be, it's going to, it to me is my projection is going to slowly change over.
Yeah. But speaking of that, did you see the I thought it was really weird when you were telling me that story about the Russian dude, because I thought I've seen some, I haven't seen the full unboxing, but I've seen I guess the leak unboxing. I saw that one. It's still unboxing. I thought the Series X was beautiful, man. You know how they had it packaged. But did you watch the PS5? Because I was not impressed with that one at all. It was pretty much just a piece of styrofoam, and the PS5 was just hanging right there. It was not, it wasn't inspired at all.
Oh shit, dude! It wasn't even styrofoam. It was just them cardboard cartons.
It was some bullshit. It looked bad. It looked unprofessional, man. It looked bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, as long as it keeps it stable and secure during shipment, because there's going to be a whole bunch of oops, motherfuckers out there and stuff. You're gonna have the one dude staggering in to work, drunk, getting on the forklift, not paying a damn bit of attention to what the damn guides are telling him to do. So yeah, I mean, as long as it's keeping them protected and secure, I mean, it's all well and good. But the thing about it is that it's all telling, as far as the packaging and as far as the system itself goes. It's telling as to who cared the most and who had the, I guess you say, the ducats to make that, make their presentation rock.
Yeah.
Because dudes were getting the cardboard box, not the packaging itself, but the cardboard box that the packaging was in, that was like, like all did up and everything, with the Power Your Dreams, logo and everything. And I'm like, God damn, boy, they going all out. They're not joking. And a lot of PlayStation trolls are like, oh, that's just Microsoft flexing their money. That's what you do with business.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money.
As Zaire would say, be the behemoth you are. That's what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. It's like, dude, it's like this generation is going to be made evident to the fact of the sleeping giant that just got woke up. That hungry lion that's been poked way too fucking much. Because, as Iraq would say, nobody could just shut the fuck up and enjoy their games. That's all you had to do. Look at the Nintendo guys. Well, except for a small, very small handful of them. Look at them. They're quiet and they're enjoying their Animal Crossing. They're enjoying, their Mario Odyssey with whatever latest update it may have had. They're enjoying their remasters.
God bless them.
We don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with us. Why is it so hard for y'all? That's the problem. Why is it so fucking hard? I don't get that. And it came to me, whereas one thing I've noticed growing up, I don't know if you thought the same way as well, Emmanuel, is when somebody is doing something they got no business, or they're unsure of a decision that they're about to make, they try to peer pressure and pull other ones into it so they don't feel so bad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds pretty far flung, but think about it. We got people trying to the moment you probably break down and say, you know what, okay, fine, I'm just going to get a PlayStation 5. Yeah, good job for you, man. Good job. But the moment you come across that one PlayStation person where they're like, man, you know what? I think I'm done with PlayStation this time, man. I think I'm gonna get an Xbox. Good Lord, it's like somebody just dropped blood into a tank full of piranhas.
Yeah. Yeah, they hate that.
So, like I said, it's telling. Dude, they've never faced this before. And as even you said, it's like the 360, era again. They don't want that back. They don't want that. They don't want that to happen again. It's hard to let go of the crown when you've rocked it for so long. And that's another thing that's telling, as the maturity of whose audience is able to grow up and accept defeat and learn from the defeat to come back stronger.
Yep.
When Matrick fucked up and we lost the crown, we conceded it. But we vowed that we would come back stronger, right?
Yep.
You didn't hear us fucking kicking and screaming in the dark, making death threats. We didn't do all that. We didn't do all that. Hold on a second real quick.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you good, man.
Yeah, so like I said, we didn't do all that, man. There was no point in it. Because at the end of the day, yes, Team Xbox fucked up. But now, look how strong it is now for it. Sometimes you gotta fall to come back stronger.
Yep.
And as much as it fucking sucked, having to keep hearing the no games bullshit. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have Game Pass.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have the strong, not just once but twice the strongest console on the face of the planet.
xCloud.
Yes, we wouldn't have those things. So go ahead.
I was gonna say this is a lot of people they bring up the 360 days kind of mocking it, like, oh, they should bring back Matrick, but this is going to be better than the 360 era. This is the strongest Xbox we've ever seen.
They dude, the only reason they want Matrick back because they want Matrick to fuck it all up.
Exactly. Yeah, they bring it back up, definitely just to mock Xbox. They don't give a fuck about Don Matrick.
Yeah, that's all it is. But the thing is like, I was looking at a tweet that E-Rock posted. He showed me and stuff like that, where this one Joker right here. Now, this shows you as to what we're dealing with. All right. Now, this Joker's tweet stated, whereas the PS5 GPU was custom RDNA 2. All right. Cool. We all agree with that. Then he goes into saying, oh, Sony stripped out some of the RDNA 2 features because they felt it didn't suit their needs. So they have their own VRS and DLSS and mesh shading and stuff. And
that's stupid.
I'm like, huh? And this other dude, he goes saying that Xbox is using stock off the shelf RDNA 2. PlayStation is going to have PS RDNA 2.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But that's what they think about the 3D audio too. I was just arguing with somebody earlier. They really think Sony pretty much invented 3D audio. I'm like, no, man, we've got Dolby Atmos and we've got DCS-X right now. That's 3D audio.
The spatial audio came from Microsoft.
Yeah. It's been around.
Yeah, so all that stuff, Cerny on stage talking during that presentation, it's like, wait a minute, isn't this what Microsoft was doing? Same thing when you look at the PlayStation UI, and they got the little snap feature. It's like, wait a minute.
That too. I thought you were gonna say just the tiles, just how it looked. It looks like the Xbox dashboard to me. It's just the tiles are just moved up. It's the same dashboard.
Yeah.
They exactly copied that snap feature, which I think Xbox might bring that back.
I kind of hope they do, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see because I mean, despite the ridicule from those same those same trolls and everything, a lot of their decisions to remove a lot of key things was because they were rezeroing in back on gaming.
On
And
gaming. Yeah.
a lot of developers were kind of like, yeah, man, we're pretty resource starved here. We really could use that extra gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and so that makes me wonder, how is this going to work out? With their case, where it's like, oh yeah, look at our UI is 4K. We got all this real time stuff going on, and this and that, blah blah, and it's like, this shit looks like it's going to get pretty resource hungry, homie.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you and not to go too much off topic, but did you see the new PS5 game WRC 9?
Yeah, I looked at it, and to me, it's like I'm trying not to sound like an ass here, but I hate to say it, but Dirt looked better.
Yeah, I think that game might have better lighting, how they do lighting in some scenes, but Dirt looks better. I really was not impressed by that game. And one thing that I noticed about that game, as far as Dirt even looking better, that game was like a rally game. There was no other cars around, so it really wasn't processing as much as Dirt. Dirt, there was always 5-10 cars around you. So yeah, I really wasn't impressed by that, man.
It kind of depends because real life rally racing, it actually is usually one car. What they'll do is they'll start at they'll have a set track. They'll start at the line, and they'll just like how you saw in that WRC, is they'll race just like that, just peeling around these corners full speed, jumping over these dunes and all this stuff. That's actually how real rally racing is. Which
I agree.
Dirt does have a mode like that.
I agree, but I'm saying they're processing that much less, and it looks. I noticed stuff. It didn't really look as good as Dirt. It didn't have as much. I didn't really see any particle physics. When it was rolling over the dirt. Dirt has dirt flying everywhere like it would in real life.
I mean, it is called Dirt for a reason.
Yeah, I didn't see any. They showed like some mud textures that was on the car. It just looked like a spot of brown. It looked like shit. It had terrible textures. So just with one, and it was realistic. As far as how the race can go, but just as far as having one car on the screen, I thought it kind of looked bad.
Yeah,
but we'll say it's not the biggest. We'll have to see, of course, with Gran Turismo, but the same shit is going to happen. Some games won't look as good. Some games will look magnificent, but they're making that whole stink about Dirt looking bad, and people are actually saying games are going to look better on the PS5, and that does not look like the case.
Yeah, and then there really wasn't that much crowds. I mean, there was crowds, but I mean, they were like very, very sparse, compared to like Dirt and stuff. I mean, almost every corner you turned, there was like people there, like yeah.
That's a good point.
So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it's still in development, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it really wasn't doing anything to really wow me and stuff. Yeah. So that's that's my take on it. I mean, dude, oh shoot, I think I already asked you this before, but what was your thoughts on Scorn, man?
I loved it, man. I loved it. I watched some other people react to it. I don't think I mentioned it too much, but I love the audio mixing on it. You can hear the noise and everything. It sounds gross. It looks gross. It looks fun to play. Like I said, I think they can pick up, with some of the speed elements, but I think that was just the beginning of the game. But especially since it's on Game Pass, there's nothing to lose by playing it. So I'm definitely gonna, try it out. But I'm really looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the crunching of bones and ripping of flesh, and it's like, good lord.
Yeah. So even it was like some animation, I think, to like reload the ammo or something. Even that was like disgusting. You had to like put it in and like stabbed the thing and blood was coming out. Just mundane shit in that game was just disgusting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are having like like negative takes on it. I think what's going on with them is that these are people who've been like just still coming off the high of Doom, and they're not understanding that. Yeah, even though it seems like it's the same type of setting, this ain't Doom.
Yeah, yeah. This is I've got the Doom Eternal on Game Pass. I'm playing through it now. This is the fastest game I've ever played. I know people go, some PC people probably laugh at that, playing that shit at 120 FPS. But I've never played a Doom game. I can even look at the original Doom, and it's very fast for like an older game of that time. I never played that game that fast because it's not like an FPS. It's really fast.
Yeah,
it's fun though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was actually in 60 going at 60 frames, but I'm sure that they're working towards it. But either way, 60 or not, it was looking good because that level of detail and geometry was just like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
It was almost at times. It was almost like you're walking through a CGI rendered scene.
And did they give a launch date for that at all? I don't remember.
It was supposed to be a launch title, but I think it got pushed. To next year.
Next year, okay. So yeah, it's gonna look better, by the time they work on it.
Yeah, because originally that was supposed to have been 2 games, and what happened was I think the final bit of funding that they needed, I believe Microsoft went ahead and paid. So I don't know if that's going to lock Scorn into being a Microsoft IP or not. I really don't know. So we'll have to see. It's I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's like it's not something that's being openly discussed or talked about too much. So it's if it falls, it kind of like falls in into the crevices.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so you plan to pre-order your Xbox fridge?
That was actually something I had on my list, man. If they came out with a mini fridge, I would definitely get one. You're talking about actual fridge, right?
Yeah, I was actually telling somebody on the Reddit about that. I was like, dude, because see, so far from what I understand, there's only 3 of those out in the wild. Snoop Dogg got one, and Justine got the other 2, and I guess she's allowed to keep one, which God explained to me why, but the other one she's allowed to I guess do like a giveaway with.
Yeah.
So I'm to me it's like if they don't make mass produce a few more of those, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I couldn't fit the full size one in. That shit looked a little too big. But yeah, if they came out with like a mini fridge or because I have a black fridge that looks pretty much just like that, just without the the Xbox symbol and all that. But yeah, I would buy that, or if they came out the smaller ones, you can put on a desk. Man, those shits would sell out. Sell them for I don't know, what do you say, $100 or something like that. Those shits would sell out constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was telling them, I was like, dude, you have no idea. I was like, a mini version, a mini fridge that's shaped like a Series X would be popular amongst college students and soldiers in the military.
Yeah, keep your beer in them, keep your soda, your water in them. Hell yeah.
Exactly. So I really hope that they consider that. That would be pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
And hell, dude, I would try to get my hands on one.
I keep telling people, man, these memes and all these people think they're trolling Xbox. All that shit is just social engineering, man. They're using all of that for marketing, man. So when the people sending memes to me in Discord, I tell them keep doing it, man. You're just marketing for Xbox.
Mm-hmm. So, But yeah, but either way, man, dude, I guess things are good to go. We haven't been Thanos snapped out of here yet, so
That's a good thing.
Yep. So hey, man. So any final thoughts you have before we close out this session of the roundtable?
Actually the Xbox fridge was literally the last thing I had on my list. So yeah, man. I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed being on here again. It was a pleasant surprise by the new legal dropping by. It was a good episode.
Always a pleasure when he comes by.
Yes, sir.
Preaching the gospel. But all right, well, for anybody who's still listening, thanks for coming in and joining us for another edition of the Roundtable. Check back with us this Friday at 8:00 for the weekly wrap. So right now we're gonna go ahead and dip on out and see if legal's still live and running.
All right. Peace.
Later.